What's up, y'all? This is Marlan'are, and I am back with another video, y'all. And I know y'all ain't seen me in ages, okay? Ages. And like I said, I'm still back. I'm still here. I'm back and I'm better, okay? I'm back and I'm better. Anyways, what I wanted to tell y'all, I wanted to tell y'all about, like, my job description. So, November 5th, I started UPS driver's helper position. Around October 31st, I had quit Nothing But Cakes. Nothing But Cakes is like I said, we ain't gonna speak too much on it. We just gonna say that it just wasn't cutting it. I wasn't feeling it. Really wasn't feeling the company or the northern environment in there. Um anyways, like I said, that's it. Back to UPS. UPS has been like, kinda like up and down a little bit. Up and down, up and down. Okay. Um let's just talk about my experience with like one of the worst drivers I can have, okay? I already figured this motherfucker. It's crazy. I'm so scared of myself how I can literally figure someone out before I get to know them. That's called being an empath, okay? That's the definition of an empath. When you can sense people's emotions and all that crap. It's very deep. Um, anyways, the guy was just a little too darn authoritative, a little too macho, a little too alpha. I'm looking like, bitch, tone it down a little bit, okay? Tone it, please. Please tone it. So, anyway, let's just talk about how these routes went when I was with this driver. We goes into this little neighborhood, right? And the little diad phone. The diad phones that the UPS people use, right? He gave me one of those and he told me to scan a package. So I'm trying to scan it. This shit ain't scan. He was like, scan as you go, scan as you go, just scan as you go. Bitch. I did exactly what he told me to do. I scanned as I went. I scanned as I walked to the darn house. So I do that, right? And I goes back to the truck. As I goes back to the truck, why is he still looking for a package? So you know me, I'm looking like, oh, couldn't find a package, huh? Oh, you still looking? He's like, yeah, I couldn't find it. I'm like, yeah, sure, I could have just scanned it up here. Like, me being, saying my little 2 cents back, like, yeah, you up here doing all this shit, but when I come back, you're not sitting in that motherfucking chair with your seatbelt on waiting on me. You're still in the back of that motherfucking truck, still looking for the next damn stop. So anyways, the next little occasion, the next little situation. Now, the sliding door on the passenger side, don't forget. So when you open the door and you're trying to slide open, you have to like pull it inward as you sliding it open and close, because if you don't, it's gonna like be really jammed up and it's not gonna do shit. So I was kind of having a little, difficulties closing the damn door a few times. It was one time he was like, don't worry about it, I got it, don't worry about it, I'll close it. Why is you getting so mad because I'm struggling with this damn door? Why? So anyways, he ended up closing shit. He was like, yeah, sometimes you gotta put your back into it. You said, okay, you trying to call me weak? Cause don't let how I choose to live my lifestyle. No, F that. It's not, because it's not a choice. If you know, you know. Let's just say this. Don't get mad because my lifestyle is different from yours and you think that because my lifestyle is different from yours, you could just run me over because of the lifestyle that I'm living. You can't do that, okay? It could be deceiving, like just because you think another person is different from you in a way and you think you got more advantage over them, that's where you got shit fucked up. That'd be like, you would be fucked up. Like, please, don't ever think like that, because you're gonna just fuck yourself so bad thinking like that. Like, that's very small-minded. But back to this situation. He just, just like, yeah, use your back and all this stuff. Oh, you must think I'm just soft, huh? So Anyways, there's another occasion. I forgot about that one though. Let's just, what else happened? I'm smart because it was times where he would have to drop me off early. The reason why he had to drop me off early is because he'd rather drop me off at 3. So say for instance I started at 12 and either 11 o'clock or 12, probably 12 noon. So 12, let's say we got there at 12. He would want to drop me off around 3 o'clock because if he dropped me off later on, like around 5 or 6, he would have to drive out of his way. Like where he was doing the routes at, he would have to drive like some minutes to get back to his routes compared to if he would drop me off early in the day, like around 3 o'clock, he would still have, time to go back to his routes. Like it's not gonna be like a long little drive, like me guessing like maybe 5 to 7 minute drive. So if he dropped me off at 3, it'd only be like a 3-minute drive or something like that. So it was around that time. He was like, yeah, because this is probably like the fourth time this happened. He's like, yeah, or maybe you could just tell him that don't pair me with such and such. I forgot his name anyway, but let's say such and such. So I was like, or I could just say like, me and such and such don't get along, because when the energy is off, I'm gonna test the waters a little bit. I'm gonna test that water and see if them waters is tested positive. Because if it's tested positive, I already got my damn answer. And but even still, I somewhat got my answer because I kind of just spoke it up. It's like for some odd reason, you just don't like me. I don't know. You kind of just come off a little too hard. Mindset. I'm just like, or I could just tell him like, hey, me and such and such doing along. Yeah. He ended up telling. No. I forgot. How did he? I think I did end up telling him, can y'all please change me? Something pair me with somebody else. I have to look through my old little text messages. That's probably be like the second video or something. But anyways, yeah, I'm just going to talk about one person per video, okay? So I'm going to give y'all like 2 other videos about these other 2 bad drivers that I had. No, yes, something, yeah. I say 2.5 because the other driver, he wasn't really as bad, but he was bad, but I'll tell you about that. So anyways, like I said, that was that. After that, I haven't had him again, okay? Period. So, let's see. Okay, that's it for that story time. But yeah, like I said, he was just, doing a little too much. I'm like, I don't like you. Like, I keep having you. We're gonna getting into it. We're gonna be throwing paws, okay? Because one thing you're not gonna do is disrespect me. When I feel disrespected, I start to sweat, my anxiety go up, I can start to get jittery and shaky. But that means I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass, okay? So anyways, that's that. F him. Cross that motherfucker out. We're gonna talk about, so January 15th is supposed to be my last day of UPS, right? UPS driver's helper. I try to see if I can go to my location, my little area where I live at, because the Pontiac location, of course, is far. Now, luckily, I didn't have to drive to the center to, meet my driver there. I would have to drive like to, for example, West Bloomfield, Lake Erie only one time, Commerce Township, excuse me, Waterford. Most of the time, it's been like West Bloomfield, Commerce Township, which is a little close by. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, but like I say, back to the little employment for my area. Oh my God, I'm sorry, my nose. I don't want to blow my nose on here, I'm sorry. The location that I tried to do in my area, of course, where I live at, they said that they're not going to hire any new people until like after Valentine's Day or the day of Valentine's Day, one of those. So once that comes, then they're going to start putting, posts up, job posts, like, fill out an app for this position. So therefore, I'm either have to just find another good job or file for unemployment until UPS comes back, and starts accepting people again. But that's about it, y'all. That's it for my little video. I just wanted to catch y'all up a little bit, what's been going on. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Happy New Year's Day. I'm so sorry, y'all. Ugh, my nose.